Shalom, shalom. Kalalali halabashim yahushai. Just want to share this article with you guys real quick. It's from jns.org. The link will be in the description. Now, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakahak Badash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of GMS. I say shalom, and shalom unto the hopeful elect. Alright, so it says hackers hit Iran's bank Cefa, disrupt services nationwide. The predatory Sparrow group claimed the cyber attack, which reportedly caused widespread outages. Yeah, so Israel obviously retaliated by condoning a cyber attack, which was successful. Yeah, this is because they got hit with all them missiles, man. so they retaliated. But this sucks. You know, just speaking as a man in the flesh, I feel sorry for those so-called innocent Iranians, which they're not innocent. Whoever perished being innocent, and all the ways of the Lord are judgment. But just speaking as a man in the flesh, it must suck for those Iranian civilians, because now you're stranded in the city, or you're now trying to flee the city without any money. It sucks. That actually sucks. So you can't buy a hotel, you can't buy food, you can't access your money, and also you're gonna probably miss more than a week's pay before the system gets back up and running. So that's gotta suck, and especially if you have a family, especially a young family, you got a wife and kids. That sucks, because now you gotta move around with them. It's hard to take care of little kids and your wife without having money. That sucks. So yeah, it sucks, but that's judgment. That's judgment, man. That's judgment. Now I'm gonna just read the article, and this happened yesterday, June 17, 2025. The hacker group Predatory Sparrow has claimed responsibility for a major cyber attack on Iran's bank Cefa. Iranian opposition media outlet Iran International reported on Tuesday. Bank Cefa is one of the country's oldest and most prominent financial institutions. Yeah, I believe this bank is over 100 years old. I think it goes back to the 1920s. I think 1925. That's when it opened. So yeah, it's old, man. And it says, with long-standing ties to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and the Iranian army. The group, which has been linked to Israel, announced on social media that it had destroyed all data at the bank, a claim that coincided with widespread disruptions in banking services across Iran. I think it's also estimated that they stole over $90 million too. They stole a lot of money. Yeah, but it says customers reported being unable to access their accounts, and several bank Cefa branches were forced to close temporarily as a result of the attack. Foreign news linked to the IRGC confirmed the cyber attack and said gas stations could also be affected, but that a quick resolution was expected. Iran's central bank insisted banking operations remained normal. Predatory Sparrow said it had targeted Cefa for its military ties and sanctions evasion. So that, yeah, it was strategic. That's why they attacked them. They evaded sanctions, and they're linked and tied to the military. Okay, makes sense. But yeah, this is coming to America, man. And this is coming to America and Canada too, through the different plagues. The main plague being the ICBMs, but really a financial collapse. You're not going to have access to your money, and also the money that's in your bank account is going to be worthless. And that's going to fulfill that prophecy in Ezekiel the 7th chapter. It says, they shall cast their gold and their silver in the streets. Your money's going to be worthless in that day. But just saying, man, as a man speaking in the flesh, not in the spirit, that is, this is going to suck. But this is good for you people, man, because you deserve it. This is judgment, especially in that day for you Americans and you Canadians. Now let me get some scriptures and precepts. So first one is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. Yeah, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise either, and he promised us that plagues are going to come upon the earth, and those plagues are reserved for the wicked of the other nations, starting with Esau, Edom, and for you wicked 2/3 that come out of the nation of Israel. You're going to receive them plagues. Okay, and some of them plagues are thermonuclear destruction, ICBMs, hypersonic missiles, okay, financial collapse, concentration camps, civil unrest, martial law, even diseases, man. You're going to go through all those things. That's a part of the plagues. And that's going to make you mourn, man, cry. Because you're going to lose it all, right? You're going to lose it all. You're going to experience sorrows, man, pains and griefs on every side, man. Wow. Verse 40, oh, my people, hear my word. Yeah, my people. You know, that's talking about you tribes, you Israelites, you people. You people. Because, you know, when you address, especially so-called blacks that way, they get offended. Especially when Edomites do it. You people. What do you mean, you people? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? But that's how you got to address them to get their attention, man. My people. That's right. You people. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. That's right. What is a pilgrim, man? Pilgrim is just somebody that's traveling from a strange land to a holy land. And that represents the elect, ultimately. Because right now we are in a strange land, traveling. Because this place is not our home. This place is definitely not our rest either. But we're trying to get to the kingdom. That's the end game. And we're going to get it. We already did. We already got it. But we just have to wait. We got it through Yahushua because he got us the victory. We just got to wait. Got to be patient. But we're going to get it, man. But I got a precept for this. This is Isaiah chapter 51 verse 14. The captive exile hastened that he may be loose, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. So this is implying that we are pilgrims because we're captive exiles, man. We're in a land that's not ours. We're in a strange land, and we want to get the hell up out of here, man. And then it says here that he should not die in the pit. The pit represents the system, especially the beast system. You dying in the belly of the beast, getting the MOTB. You don't want that. The elect don't want that. We don't want to die here. And it says, nor that his bread should fail. Yeah, so you don't have the bread of life, which is the word, which represents the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in the name of Yahweh Shem Yoshai. You don't want to die here. Die in this place without the truth, man. You know, that's not right, man. But yes, this implies, you know, us being a captive exile. We've been exiled from our homeland, which is Israel. But we're going to get it back. And we're POWs. We're prisoners of war. Captives in this place. Spiritual captives, that is. Right? In this wicked kingdom. 1 second. 1 second. Salakia. Yeah. Yes. Anyways, captive exiles, man. We're captive exiles in this place, and this place is not our rest. So I'm gonna just move on. I'm gonna go to Micah chapter 2 verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. Yeah. So this is also implying that we're pilgrims. We got to get the hell up out of here. And this place is not our rest. If we stay in this place. If we stay in this place forever, man, we're going to be destroyed. We'll be extinct. And hasn't that been the case? You know, the people that run this side of the world, which is America, the Americas, and especially America, the USA, they tried to get rid of you Israelites, especially the tribe of Judah, the southern kingdom especially. You know, they tried to get rid of you by creating eugenics, putting you in the ghettos, putting financial, economic shackles on you. They tried to kill you, man. Look up something called the Tuskegee Project. You know, they experimented on you and experimented with STDs. They gave you syphilis to see how you would react to it. They tried to kill you, man. Put Planned Parenthood in your neighborhoods. They put gun stores and liquor stores in your neighborhoods. Come on, man. They want to kill you. But yes, this implies that this is not our rest, obviously, and that we are pilgrims. We are pilgrims. We got to get the hell up out of here. So, verse 41, it says, He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. Yeah, because everything is temporal. And you shouldn't make this place your rest. And you're not going to live comfortable in this place. And if you are living good, get ready to lose it. Because this place is getting ready to go down. And that's the mindset you should have. Verse 42, He that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. You see, because this place is ultimately going to go down. This place is going to go down, and this place is not our rest. Because America is getting ready to be destroyed by the way of thermonuclear destruction. Now I want to get this one. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 20. Pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Shabbat day. True. And I'll just say this, man. Praying is really a salve for every sore. Right? And hey, man, the Lord, you got to pray when hard times come, especially when you got to flee. And prayer is going to help you, especially if you really believe in the Lord. That's going to be your salve for that day. But if you look at the men of the Lord on how they moved, they always prayed when hard times came their way. Go back to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Go back to the patriarchs, Joseph. They all prayed when they were in straits or when they were experiencing hard times. But it's not going to be easy. You're not going to be comfortable if you have to flee during winter or on the Shabbat day either. But especially the winter, because it's cold, the elements are against you. It's not easy, especially if you have a family. And that might happen to you. Right? Look at these people, they got stranded and some of them had to flee. And they had to leave that area. Sucks, man. But now let me get another one. This is 2 Timothy's chapter 4, verse 20. Actually, I'll start at verse 21. And this is Paul telling Timothy to move to come here before winter time, because it's not easy to travel during the winter. So he's just cautioning him, telling him, you should come here. So it says 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 21. It says, Do thy diligence to come before winter. Eubulus greeteth thee, and Pudens, and Linus, and Claudia, and all the brethren. Lord Hamashiach Yahushai be with thy spirit. Grace be with you. Amen. Yeah. So he's just telling him, you better come before the winter comes, because it ain't going to be easy to travel, especially if you got a family. So just come now. Come when the time is good, when it's nice and sunny and warm, so you're not caught up out there, because you could die. You can die from them elements. You can freeze to death. Hey, and that's what's going to happen to you people in these last days, man. You're going to freeze to death, man. You're going to freeze to death, and you might have to eat your loved ones. Who knows? Now, I just want to bring Matthew chapter 6, verse 19 out, because it's in regards to 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and 41 on down here. So it says, Matthew 6 and 19, Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. True. And you should be laying up for yourself treasures in heaven, not on this earth, because the riches on this earth are temporal, and somebody can easily come and take them away. And you just saw an example through the cyber attack, man. It's estimated that they have stolen about $90 million. $90 million. And now you're not able to go into your bank account. And all these different services were disrupted nationwide. So, yeah, you can't access the ATM, your bank account, your Bitcoin. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Right? So, the real treasures are in heaven. Now, it goes on to say here, verse 20, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. And them spiritual riches, that's what you should invest in. This is the spiritual stock market. And that comes with you doing the work. Right? Serving Yahweh Bashim El Shai, making your videos, going out into the highways and byways, rehearsing the righteous acts, following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. You get rewarded for doing those things. Also calling upon the true name of the Lord, which is Yahweh Bashim El Shai. That's the name of the Father and the Son. The name of the Father, his name is Yahweh, which means he is to be. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai, which means he is the Savior or the Deliverer. So yes, all the riches that you have on the earth, they're carnal riches and they're temporal. They can be stolen, they can be lost. Verse 21, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. That's right. So if you're thinking about the kingdom, you're going to get the kingdom. And that's how the elect is thinking. Their treasure is spiritual treasures in heaven. Right? And we're going to get it, man. That's why it says Daniel 7:18, the saints of the Most High will take the kingdom. Right? The stone that was cut out without hands is going to smite the image's legs. And he's going to take this kingdom, man. He's going to take this earth. Revelation 19:11. Yahweh is going to take this kingdom. And take this world. Let me get this. This is Psalms chapter 34, verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. Yeah. Right? And that's it, man. The Lord is going to be with those who fear him, especially in these last days. Right? So maybe you are going to have to be on the run, but the Lord is going to be with you. He's going to provide a way for you to get out of straight perils. Right? He's gonna give you food, just like Elijah when he had to flee Jezebel and Ahab. The ravens fed him, and then a widow took him in. So people are, the Lord's going to put people on your path to help you out. Right? So yeah, and it says, and delivereth them. That's right. Isaiah 33:6. Let me just pull that up. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. That's right. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom as well. Right. And that's how you accumulate your treasures in heaven. You got to fear the Lord first. Right. Obedience is better than sacrifice, man. You got to obey the Lord in fear. That's what you got to do. Right. Okay, if you don't obey the Lord, there's consequences and repercussions, man. So you got to fear the Lord. But yes, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. That's you believing in Yahweh Bashim El Shai. And if you do that, them angels are going to be with you. And I'm not talking about angels on the left-hand side. I'm talking about righteous angels. Good angels. All right, man. We get this one. This is Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of Yahweh's wrath. Yeah. You can't buy salvation. Yeah, that's a spiritual thing. You got to have that mark, the mark of exemption, the Thawa. That's Ezekiel 9:4. You got to have that mark of exemption. That's your ticket out of here. You got to be a part of the elect. You got to be chosen. But neither your silver nor your gold shall be able to deliver you in those days. And Okay, that's what people are relying on. They were trying to access their ATM, their bank account, and they couldn't do it. What are you going to do now? Who are you going to rely on? Right? But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. Yeah, the Lord is a jealous power. Rightfully so. Because you people are worshiping all these different gods, and the Lord's angry about that. And he's jealous. Especially his chosen people. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. And that's what's going to happen by the way of thermonuclear destruction and all these different plagues that are going to come upon this place. And they're going to come quick. They are not slack. We read it earlier. A speedy riddance. That's how a judge does things. Let me get another one. This is Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. Yeah, because you guys like to stuff your face. You love all the carnal things of this world. You were doing that in times of peace. Now it's going to be a stumbling block onto you. Now you're not going to be able to do those things, even though you're calling for it. What am I going to do? All those things that I relied on, all those things that I did, how come they're not helping me now? Well, that was the whole point. You weren't supposed to live that way. You were supposed to live a simple life. Right? And how are you getting, how are you satisfying yourself? How are you filling your bowels? You were doing it through wickedness, man. They call it ill-gotten gains. You were sinning to get rich. You were sinning to have a comfortable life, right? That's what iniquity is. You being in the condition without having the law. All right, you were practicing wickedness. Yeah, man. If you ain't sinning, you ain't winning. That's the way of the world. Now, that's gonna be a stumbling block onto you. You're gonna get judged. Anyways, this is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And I'll just say this is great wrath, man. The devil is Esau, Edom. And that starts with Amalek. He's the top tribe that comes out of the nation of Edom. And this is all done through wrath, man. Came down with great wrath the next day, right? A couple days after that missile strike, he's like, let me clap back, man. Let me take their money away. Let me take their money away. Let them starve to death. Let's spank them. That's wrath, man. Look how much people are affected nationwide. Okay, nationwide, the whole nation. That's wrath. But that's gonna happen in the end. He's gonna come down with great wrath too. If I can't be in rulership, then nobody's gonna be in rulership. I'm gonna kill everybody, and that's what this devil's gonna do. That's what this devil's gonna do. All right, you're starting to see that now. You're starting to see them horns come out. If you're against me, I'm gonna kill you. Right, that's spoken of in Revelation the 13th chapter. If you're not down with the beast system, I'm going to kill you. And he knows he has a short time. He doesn't want you to wake up to this truth. He doesn't want you to come back to your nationality. He doesn't want you to call upon the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai, because it's over when you do that. So he's doing everything in his power to get rid of you, the saints, and the name of the Lord, man. That's what he's trying to do. So anyways, man, I hope this was edifying. Till next time, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh B'Shem Yoshai, B'Hashem Rakah HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Muslim of GMS that do rule well and that do teach well, that have taught me this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. And shalom, man. Kwame Ashallah.